Is COVID pandemic a warning? Humanity faces one of the most challenging situations today, the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID cases in India reached an all-time high in April-May 2021. Many of us have lost our loved ones to this ghastly pandemic, feeling helpless at the hands of the situation. But the spiritual perspective offers a paradigm shift when we look at the problem. Every problem brings us a lesson and doesn't go away till we learn. Is COVID pandemic a warning sent to us about the disastrous consequences of ecosystem loss? Though we may have heard this many times in the last few months, we struggle to understand logically. Growing human settlements and biodiversity loss is hampering the wildlife habitat. UNEP stats show about 4.7 million hectares or 1.16 acres of forest is lost every year, which is equivalent to the country of Denmark. Loss of forest means loss of water, soil, plants and animals. As in nature, everything is interlinked. Dilution effect of nature is hampered, thus leading to the spread of pathogens as coronavirus and diseases, jumping between species and entering human species. Vanam Brindavanam Nama Pashavyam Navakananam Gopa Gopi Gavam Sevyam Punyadri Trinavirudham. Between Nandeshwar and Mahavan is a place named Vrindavan. This place is very suitable because it is lush with grass, plants and creepers for the cows and other animals. It has nice gardens, it has tall mountains, it is full of facilities for the happiness of all the gopas, for all the gopis and all the different animals. Therefore, let us introspect deeply and try to do what is within our control, improve our self-discipline and transform our habits.
Vrindavan Forest has manifested with the longing desire of His Holiness Radhanath Swami, the founder of Govardhan Eco Village, and the tireless efforts of the team dedicated souls. Vrindavan Forest consists of 12 main forests, 9 temples, Yamuna River and Govardhan Hill. The forest of Vrindavan is home to Lord Krishna, and I think there is a strong message which God is giving to all of us to follow in the footsteps of the path that He has laid for all of us, of gratitude to the nature's gift. Krishna reciprocates with love of all of the animals, birds, trees by playing flute for them. I think the problems that we are facing right now is mainly because of being ungrateful to the nature's gift that we have got. One of the main reasons why we become ungrateful, as per my realization, is we have taken for granted what has easily come to us. We don't have to take extra effort to get a forest. It's the effort of nature. Humans have not much played any role in this particular forest. That's the reason that we take it for granted. Another reason why we take it for granted is that we don't feel connected to it. With this World Environment Day video, we bring to the audience the feast for ears, eyes and soul in the form of the video to help you get connected with Mother Nature.
So Vrindavan forest. Vrindavan means we have developed a forest here. Initially there were not many trees here, so in the beginning we planted lot of shrubs, lot of grasses, a lot of plants here. In 3-4 years of time, these trees have grown up very nicely, and initially we maintained them. 3-4 years of time, now they have grown up to 10 to 12 feet. The entire forest of 11 acres is now filled with lot of grasses and lot of shrubs and lot of other trees. Initially we started watering them and maintaining them, but now, as they say, nature has taken its own course now. A lot of trees are grown by the birds here. The birds go and they eat the lot of fruits which we have planted earlier, like cashews and mangoes and guava plants and other trees which are very nectarian for the birds. So those birds they eat, and they themselves now growing many trees. So we are seeing how nature itself actually takes the course if we try to help the nature. Now in the morning when I walk through these pathways where all these trees have been planted, there are so many varieties of birds which are being added daily. I can see new species of birds which are being coming here and taking shelter in these trees. Our water requirement has also gone down because these trees have grown up now and they are self-sustainable. They are getting water from below, from earth only. And what about the manure? Whatever leaves which fell down during the summer season, we collect those leaves. And we collect those leaves and we mulch those leaves below the trees and below the shrubs. It protects in two ways. There are not many weeds which grow, because whenever there is an open space, a lot of weeds grow which actually harm the main plant. So we cover the surface with these leaves only which these trees have provided. We collect those leaves and spread it like a mulch, and generally a process of 1 month, people in fast process they make manure in 1 month. But we spread these leaves which act as mulch also, and after the rainy season these leaves become properly manured. So we don't manure also much, and we don't water also much, but now nature has taken its own course, and birds and species and other species are so much growing here. We can see many of the migrating birds are coming here and taking shelter in these trees. New varieties we see nature itself is introducing, like fig trees were very less in this area, the cherry trees were very less in this area, but now we can see the biodiversity has taken its own role, and we can see many fig trees are growing at many places. We are not planting them, but nature itself is taking that effort, because we are trying to help the nature. Nature is also helping us. So in this way we see there is a lot of collaboration, a lot of biodiversity which itself grows if we try to serve the nature.
Have you heard of the word Padapa? Padapa means trees. Trees drink water by legs, which are their roots, and hence they are called as Padapa. Vrindavan forest is home to over 10,000 plus trees of 165 plus species. I'll share here a representative list of top 5 plants from Govardhan Eco Village. Topmost on the list is Kadamba. It's the favorite tree of Lord Krishna, as its flower reminds him of Radharani. Kadamba, however, has medicinal qualities too and is used to treat fungal infections, and its flowers are used to make perfume. Second on the list is banyan tree. Banyan tree is also considered very significant spiritually, as Lord Buddha attained enlightenment under this tree. Medicinally, this tree is antidiarrheal, boosts immunity, prevents tooth decay, and so on. Pimper is the third one on the list. It's considered to be very sacred tree, and scientifically it's proven that 3 pimple trees can help us repay debt to Mother Nature. One of the pimple planted takes care of oxygen we need to live and the carbon emissions we are responsible for. Second one would account for the water conservation that we should have made through the life. And the third one for the wood we require at the time of death. Every part of pimple tree, the leaf, bark, shoot, seeds and its fruits have several medicinal benefits, and it has been used since ancient times to cure many diseases as cough, blood ailments, acidity, etc. The fourth one is neem tree. I'm sure you are aware of thousands of medicinal uses of neem tree. Neem leaf is used for leprosy, eye disorders, bloody nose, intestinal worms, stomach upset. The last one to appear on the list is none other than mango tree. Who can miss on them? It's also the season that all of you must be enjoying the mango fruits. Next, we would be looking at the birds in Vrindavan forest. Trees are home to birds, and it will be feast for our ears listening to sweet sounds of these birds at Govardhaniku village. Cooing and flying around in Vrindavan forest were spotted 63 bird species of 37 families. GV houses some common and some very uncommon birds. Vrindavan forest, a moist deciduous forest, orchard and cultivation are supportive environments for birds to live happily. The first on the list of the birds is lesser cuckoo bird. During a biodiversity survey carried out at GV, lesser cuckoo was spotted. This bird visits Sri Lanka in winter and migrates to Himalayas all the way during summer. Can you imagine such a long flight? On the way, it must have been enchanted to stop at Govardhaniku village to spend days in Vrindavan forest. Second comes Shikra. Shikra is small bird from Piditary family found in Asia and Africa. The bird is said to be a combination of bravery and brain. The third on the list is lesser whistling duck. A small, well-proportioned tree nesting duck. Pale brown overall with a darker brown crown and nape, warmer chestnut underparts, and chestnut fringe feathers on the back. A gregarious duck found in shallow water bodies with abundant vegetation is lesser whistling duck. The next on the list is Greater Racket-tailed Drongo. It's a medium-sized Asian bird which is distinctive in having elongated outer tail, feathers with webbing restricted to the tips. This species is found exclusively in Asian rainforests, where they often place themselves conspicuously out in the open, making a racket at their tail. Spotted dove is a small and somewhat long-tailed pigeon that is common resident breeding bird across its native range of the Indian subcontinent and particularly in Southeast Asia. Let us come to those who dance and dance beautifully to the tune of flowers, butterflies. Vrindavan forest is decorated with most beautiful beings in the world. Yes, you all guessed right. It's butterflies. Butterflies are considered brand ambassadors of biodiversity. They serve as the litmus test to gauge the health of the ecosystem. Butterflies not only help the ecosystem to regain health, but they also help humans regain health by increasing energy levels, immunity, improving digestive power and resilience. During the biodiversity survey, 64 species of butterflies from 5 families were spotted, out of which 4 species are rare ones, which includes Commander, Gaudy Baron, Large Oak Blue, and Little Branded Swift. Last on the list of butterflies is chestnut bob. It is a common butterfly on the plains and occurs mainly in secondary growth and gardens. It keeps quite close to the ground, feeding on flowers. Lastly, with this sharing of World Environment Day, we would love to share an inspiration we have always drawn from Vrindavan forest. Nothing in nature lives for itself. Rivers don't drink their own water. Trees don't eat their own fruits. Sun doesn't give heat for itself. Flowers don't spread fragrance for themselves. Living for others is what we learn from each of them. I am sure all of you are inspired to soon visit JV and spot the trees, birds and butterflies in Vrindavan Forest of Grace. Get ready to get connected with the trees and our lovely ecosystem now, and share back with us the picture and information you have collected with your next visit at Govardhan Eco Village. At the end, I would like to share with you a good news. UNEP is running Faith for Earth Counselors program, and it is starting from 2021. The good news is Govardhan Eco Village and ISKCON have been selected as UNEP's Faith for Earth Counselors for the year 2021-2022. As part of this program, we would be carrying out a value education program to help environmental and climate change action. We would be doing 4 projects within Govardhan Eco Village, which includes increasing the solar power capacity, increasing the rainwater harvesting capacity, achieving the self-sufficiency in terms of flowers for 2 more temples. Apart from these all projects, ISKCON will also get its 25 temples green certified with the help of Indian Green Building Council. We'll keep you updated as we go further more on Faith for Earth Counselors program. Thank you for joining us for this World Environment Day 2021. We pray that this year brings eco, health and human health together for all of us, and that we are able to fight back COVID smartly, intelligently and with all our strength to protect humanity. Thank you.